All right, dealing with an old GE dryer, making a ton of squealing noises when it's drying. We're gonna be replacing the shroud that is behind the front here. It's got some shims that are on it. The whole tub spins around it and on it. Wears it down over time. It's insanely loud. So we're gonna replace it. First thing we're gonna do, disconnect our power. We need to take the top off here. In order to do that, we got a screw here and right on the other side as well. So we're gonna go ahead and take those out just with a Phillips screwdriver. There's one. And two. Now, I've seen some other videos where they took off this back part, and I think there's a couple screws on the back. That pops up. Now, when I originally looked into this, I just was able to pop this off. I think the tabs, I may have broken them. I don't know. Don't care. They're just a couple plastic tabs that you can actually see them kind of still in here. But whole top is gonna pop off. It takes a little bit of force, but you'll get it. Just take it, set it off to the side. Now the next thing we've got is we need to take this whole front piece is one piece with the door attached to it. So we've got a screw right there. Same on the other side, right here. Once those two screws come out, you can pull this whole thing out, and you can actually see right here is this whole plastic piece is what we're gonna be replacing. I'll put a description to the link where I found it on Amazon. I think for that whole plastic piece, the shims, and even a couple extra pieces like the belt that goes around the tub that makes it spin. There's a bearing down below as well. These ones on these GEs, from what I've seen, are just a little plastic bearing. There's no like actual bearings inside of it. You have to forgive me, I'm doing this with just one hand while I hold the camera. All right, so make sure you don't lose your screws. So from there, we're gonna pull this out. The drum's gonna drop down a little bit because it's actually resting on this right now. So give it a little tug. There we are. The door is open. Let's close that. All right, so down at the bottom here, you have to lift it up a little bit. We got some wires that are connecting from the door. We do not need to unplug any of those. We're just gonna take the door, move it to the side here, so that way it's not pulling on those wires. Luckily, this dryer's up against the wall, so I can just rest it. So here is the piece that we're gonna be replacing. Not the bottom, just the top. So as your tub is spinning around, this lip rides along and spins along here. Now you can see, here is the metal piece. This one is still good. This one is gone, gone, and gone. So from what I've seen, this thing's a bit messy. Should just be able to pull this out from right here, as well as right here, and it's gonna pop out. My first time doing this, let's see what happens here. Okay, there's one side. So I'm just kind of careful. It can be a little bit sharp right here. I'm just taking my thumb, lifting up a little bit here, and using my fingers and pulling back. There it is. And voila. That is out. I'm gonna go get the new one and we'll continue this video. So here's the part number for what I ordered off of Amazon. I'll still drop a link in the description, but it came with the shroud, as you guys saw, the 2 packs of slides. Now it was supposed to come with a bearing, it never did. That's fine, I wasn't worried about replacing it. But it came with also a new belt, as well as some sort of padding. Not sure exactly where this was supposed to go, so I didn't use it. All right, so here's the old and new one pulled out. Comes with these slides here. There's 4 of them. There was 2 in one pack, 2 in the other. I don't know what the difference really was between them, but all you gotta do to put them in, each one had a hole in it. There's a little plastic tab here. You might see better on the other ones. Sorry. So I just hooked that in, kind of gave it a bend, shoved it up in there, and we're good. Kind of stick up a little bit here. So all 4 are in. And go ahead, pop the bottom in on both sides. Maybe. Okay, that was in. All right. All right, so after you put that piece in, put that side in, there is a lip right here, and it wants to go in right in between these pieces here. Might have to force it in there a little bit. Now, I don't think this part is actually GE brand. Doesn't quite fit 100%, but as long as it stays in there and secure, then hopefully we will have ourselves a quiet dryer. All right. Well, looks like it's in as good as it's going to be. These pieces are all the way back. These aren't clipping in like the old one did, but I'm not exactly worried about that. All right, time to put it back together. All right, so now that we've got this installed, now we need to put this door back on. When we bring this around, you are gonna have to lift up on this a little bit because this edge needs to rest right on top of here. And if you remember when we took it off, the drum dropped down a little bit. Also, we're gonna have to lift up a little bit because I do believe there are little spots down here that there's a little part that sticks up right here. It's gonna go into the hole right here. So you're gonna have to lift up, put the bottom in first, and then as you're bringing the top over, lift up on this. All right, once you put the bottom in, it didn't take much lifting up on here, but now we are resting right on those slides, the new ones in here. So now we're just gonna reverse the steps that we did for taking it apart, which was you wanna grab your 2 short screws, one there and one here. All right, after you've secured those 2 screws on the inside, pop your top back on. Don't forget about your screws that were coming up from the inside right here and on this corner here. Once you've got those set, plug it back in and you should be good to go. If this video helped you out, hit that like button and I'll see you on the next one.